So you guys remember years ago when I had a story to share behind this digital talking book player that I'm about to talk to you about. So you know they're coming out with the version DA2, Digital Audio Book Player 2. DA, Digital Audio 2 or something. Or Digital Advanced. This was a segment back in 2009 when, and we're going to talk about a time before that, when back in the 1990s they came out with an audiobook player that was heavy, had a heavy battery. You didn't know how charged it was. You didn't know anything. It never talked. The only thing you could do was, for some, you had a record button, which you press the record and the play stop button down to record. You would have two sets to each side. I think side 1, side 2. You would have speed up, speed down, the volume control. Then you would have to get it to go to side 3, and then side 4, side 1, side 2. You would have different sides to different for a cassette to even listen to a book. And that was cumbersome because the players had something in there to rewind the tape, and it can only read what the tape had. But sometimes it was like a human and it wanted to eat. Oh boy, it wanted to eat your tape. And it got itself wound and it started making some weird noises and has even pulled the tape out. At that point, you had to manually rewind the tape around the little spindly thing and all of that. So then in 2009, National Library Service for the Blind, and this is going back when I was in school. I used to listen to digital books on cassettes, and then they came out with a digital talking audio book player, and I seen this, and when I remember getting it. I'm trying to figure out the best way to describe it, so that's kind of why I'm backtracking for a second. I would sit in my room all day and listen to these books on cassettes. But they weren't cassettes anymore. They were on digital book cartridges, and they had braille on them, and it was all digital. This time, the talking book player talked in a pleasant male voice. It would tell you, player on, press any button to learn about its functions. There was an instructions manual to it, a power cord in the back, and it was smaller. It had a smaller battery pack and everything, and there was no chance that a tape can get eaten up. It had, for the DS1, it had tone up, tone down, volume up, volume down, speed up, speed down, rewind, play stop, fast forward, sleep, and then the power button. It didn't have bookmark, previous element, next element. It didn't have the information button, or the info, what they call it. But it did have your traditional play, stop, rewind, and fast forward. And it would make the sound of like beeping. I can't demonstrate it for you because I don't have it with me. But if you go back, I have showed a description or what it sounded like before I returned it back to await this new digital book player that, and I'm hinting at this, is supposedly coming out. Although I have waited patiently and it's not out yet. And it's almost the end of May. So I've known a thing or two about cassettes, but now the DA2 is about to make my life easier. Here's why. Okay, so who wears wired-in headsets? I don't. I wear Bluetooth, and I'm not ashamed to say that. I have a pair that do not and are not designed for phone call use. And it's by Peek-and-Bee. I've tried using them on a phone call and I've heard people say, you sound really loud, or you sound... I had somebody put it this way, said, are you drowning? Because you sound like you're drowning underwater. They weren't nice about it, but I didn't need them to be nice or whatever. Some of them were funny and said, boy, you must have put your headset in the sink by accident, because we can't hear you. Of course, when you're on the phone with Amazon and you deal with these foreign people that ask you to repeat yourself about 11 times, then it could be really aggravating. So that's when I decided, okay, I'm going to use that pair of headphones for my audio type of thing. It works well. Yes, to get a certain amount of charge on it, it uses a USB-C cord. I have that for my Victor Reader Stream 3, and of course my iPhone takes the same, so if I need to do that, I can do that as well. And also, if I'm really feeling adventurous, I could listen to a book when I want. So technically, let's say I get up in the morning, I don't want to listen to a YouTube video, so I walk out, make my coffee. Okay, well, I want to listen to a book. Now I gotta switch headsets. The headset that I have on now, which my lovely fiance gave me, I'm not gonna hide that either, because that would be messed up. I could save, if I eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner and use a completely different headset, I could save more battery on my devices. At least, well, I'm going to say about 10% more each time, or therefore abouts, because everything is going to be with the screen lock, the headset's going to be chilling and all of that. So I don't have to use the same headset for what I'm about to tell you next. Now, I haven't had the full description, or the full experience of getting it. Nobody has, except for the people who have done the tutorials of showing off this new player. But apparently, from what a friend of mine has told me, he has told me it is like the Stratus 4M from the Victor Reader stream. So, you have the power button on the right side. You press and hold the power button to turn it on, turn it off, all that kind of good stuff. This connects to Wi-Fi, another thing good. I wanted this. So, when you don't really listen to a lot of books like that, and you're just sitting here and you're listening to a bunch of YouTube videos that amuse you 1 minute, and believe me, when I say it gets boring, it is boring. And at this point, you're trying to listen to a YouTube video just so you could eat your dinner, your breakfast, or your lunch. And I mean that in the nicest way possible, y'all. I mean that in the nicest way possible. Some people's YouTube videos are good, but my way of interest are actually pretty interesting. Like, I find something great 1 minute, the next minute I hear it again, and I'm like, nah, please no. But I don't really think that way as much. Like, I don't even say that. So I just decide, you know what, I haven't heard about this in a while, I haven't heard about this, and then I haven't heard about this, and then, okay, yeah, I'm getting bored, I'm going to flip this. Some videos I will watch because they are long, they help to where I don't even have to switch channels, or switch YouTube channels, meaning I don't have separate channels, but what I mean by that is different videos. Like, I don't have to get my phone dirty after wiping my hands, especially if I'm eating barbecue or something related to baby back ribs, and you have barbecue sauce and it gets all over your screen. And it's just like, you know, when you're swiping across your screen, for those who are visually impaired, it's just, believe me, it's weird for feeling food. Some people actually like food on their screen, probably. I do not know. But anyway, I thought, you know, okay, I'm just going to create a video kind of to talk about the different devices growing up when I was growing up. The first thing that made me think about this was I decided, I've been thinking about it. I might as well go ahead and just throw something together. I didn't plan for it to happen and all of that, and here I am throwing it together, and I didn't even think of the outlines. But I can say at the same time that I really enjoy what I do, the way I discuss things and everything else in between. I think that it's really good that they're coming out with this new book player because, number one, with me it'll help out a lot. I can save tons, you know, on my phone. I don't have to look at YouTube channels. And actually, I've been wondering, you know, finally, no cartridges? Okay, not bad. Also, they improved, from what I've heard, they improved the way that the battery is read to you. I can't remember offhand exactly what you have to do. And I'm still trying to figure out exactly how to put this together as one of the main projects. All I'm going to say is I'm slowly figuring that out, and I'm really anxiously waiting for the day that it does arrive, because you never know. But my main important thing is the fact that they are free for NLS patrons. You have to be a patron, which means you have to be a member of the library to get this. And I know that a lot of people are. I know that a lot of people have been complaining and griping and groaning, but for me it helps. For one, that means I don't need Audible on my phone as much unless I want to listen to some audiobooks. And two, I don't need to, have to pull out a battery pack on my phone and throw one on and charge it up real quick to avoid it dying on me in the middle of something. And three, if you listen to a book on your phone, it uses more battery and your headset uses just about as much. So believe it or not, you're using battery on it that way. So if you could be using your battery to do something else other than a book, that's fine. With me, I just won't have Bard Mobile on my phone, because every time you get a new phone, and this is one of the biggest things that getting these new talking players actually help with. So when you guys get a new phone or get logged back in, all of your books are wiped off the phone like that. When you get a new phone and when you have everything saved to iCloud, believe it or not, it is not going to save Bard Mobile. You gotta re-enter your password in, and you gotta re-download everything, and you have to start over. So, no thank you. That is a big problem, and it literally took them from 2000, there was rumors going around, 2015, I heard it in school, there's going to be a new book player coming out, this, that, and the third. 2020, still heard about it. 2021, still heard about it. And finally, 2024, the rumor wakes itself up. Now, we've seen the demo. Now, for some of us people, we have been able to get a sneak peek of the rumor that has finally emerged. And a lot of us now, us geeks included, are just waiting for an opportunity to get a hand and a headset on that player. So the next thing, like I said, it connects to Wi-Fi. My favorite thing, and I am sorry, but they finally have a clock on there. If you guys need to know what time it is and your phone is dead, your book player, the new one, can tell you what time it is and what date it is. That is pretty cool. So it's really all about what you do with it. You can still get the same, I don't know how much, all I know is you can still get the same in battery percentage. It'll tell you now your battery percentage and how much time remaining on the player. Before then, you would have it go less than 1 hour, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, all the way up to greater than 29 hours. One of my friends has reported greater than 30. And when there has been my book player would, turn off and turn on. It would say greater than, less than 1 hour, or greater than 0 hours. Another thing that it does is it alerts you when the battery is low. I do not know why these guys can't sit here and put in section where it says battery operation that it takes 2.5 hours to fully charge a completely discharged battery. However, when your battery is running low, player will remind you to plug it in with an indicator. It'll tell you. So when you've had the one from 2009, it would say battery low and it'll make an indicator. Then it'll say battery low, power off, or player off. Doo-doo. Now I'm going to take a step back and we're going to cover the first Victor reader stream, the second Victor reader stream, and the third Victor reader stream. Now keep in mind, I have been alive for all three of them, so I'm 24 years old. So the first one I was accustomed to, it had a carrying case, and I don't even know how to best describe it. You could put it in its case. It had AC charging. It did not use USB. It did not use micro USB. It had like a micro headphone jack type charger that connects. So I'm not even sure how to best describe that to you. It's like taking a microphone jack that goes to a 3.5 millimeter and connecting that to a charger, but making it a little bit bigger. For those who have the APH Scholar, you guys will know exactly what I'm talking about. And I've seen some YouTubers who are also blind like me and who happen to use the same device that I have used, so they definitely know what I'm talking about. Then you have where the battery level has said battery powered, battery level high, battery powered, battery level medium, battery powered, battery level low, battery powered, battery level very low. It never said the percentage. The Victor Vibe Wave would say battery powered high, battery powered medium, battery powered low, and then it would make a dying sound after it made an alert sound, and it didn't say that. When I had the Victor Reader Stream first generation, when the battery level was low, it would say battery level very low. It'll make it battery level very low. Fast forward, in 2016, I won a Victor Reader Stream second generation from a Braille challenge that I went to, and I decided, okay, I want to see what this is about. Now, from what I know, one of my friends had shown me his, because I started to develop a thing for technology, and I asked him questions and he let me feel his, which the second generation had the Wi-Fi feature. The first generation did not. So then the second generation, it had the same voice as the digital talking book player and the Victor Vibe Wave, the Victor Reader Stratus, and the Victor Reader Stream first generation. it had a removable battery, which either was on the battery door or the whole thing was the battery itself. So that was interesting. It was a little bit bigger than the first generation to power more features. Then there was rumors that I heard that evidently were true, because later on, here came the Victor Reader Stream 3 with rubberized buttons that have less of a clicking sound, which I happen to always have with me. Let me see where I put it. Okay, so I'm holding it now. It feels about the size of a mini cell phone. What Humanware has done is they have a flap protecting the SD card. So on the top, you have your SD card. Then it's inside the player. You put it in there, so you push it in to grab it out, push it in to put it back in again, and then you just put the cover over it to protect the SD card and the SD card reader. The buttons are rubberized except for the top. And I think the top is too. Everything is rubberized, but it sounds different, except for the power button, the power up, the power down, or volume up, volume down. Now on the top, you've noticed, on the top left side, it has been silent. These buttons make less of a noise than traditional clicking sound. And it feels good to press. It's like the book players. It's small. It's got rewind, play, rewind, fast forward, play, stop, sleep. So that is what the book player, all of these, the book players have. The book player, the new one that everybody's talking about, has this arrow key dynamic and a bunch of other buttons that this new one don't even have. There shouldn't even be a standard version of this new one. If you want to talk about it being advanced, let me put this way. The digital talking book player, this new one, is so advanced, it should be advanced 2.0. Literally, advanced. This one actually should replace advanced. The standard version 1 and 2 should be the one with the bookmark, navigation menu, previous element, next element, and like I said, the bookmark and information key. Those are 6 buttons. This one, this new one, literally has several more buttons than that one. It's got an info button in the center, which is the OK button, which is the enter button on the keyboard. Then you have up, down, left, right, like a computer mouse. Then you have the sleep button, the power button, all the other stuff compacted onto a device. Literally. Tone up, tone down, speed down, volume down, all along the left side. So when I heard that, the first thing I'm thinking is, how big is this thing? How long is this thing? There's no way that this could be the size of a Stratus 4 or a Stratus 4M. There's no way. Another thing I'd like to point out real quick before I sign off and go take care of something is the simple fact that you still have the option to plug a keyboard into it, a remote access control into the new player, and a flash drive, a conventional USB flash memory drive. Also, the instructions manual obviously is going to be different. Please listen. And my recommendation, check how much charge you have. And they always say, charge before using. I would. Then what I want you to do is see if it's really going to take 2.5 hours to charge. Although this thing isn't going to be, like, the charger is going to be smart and everything supposedly, it's not going to overcharge your unit. And it says that the player can be connected to power at all times in case if there's a power outage. But I'm telling you now, I had to replace the battery, and the one that I had from 2011, I left it plugged in for about 9 months and it destroyed the battery. Do not do it. Do not, okay? And that wasn't me that had it plugged in. When I was younger, when, you know, people are messing with your stuff and they plug your stuff in and they don't seem to realize this has a built-in battery, it's going to get destroyed. Now, the only thing that I have plugged in at all times is the one clock that I showed you by Gahajo, and I've had it unplugged for 3 days and the battery died. There was just no other way to say it. It was a built-in rechargeable battery, and for visually impaired, there's no way for it to say, battery is low, please charge battery. That's why I'm like, you know, I regret buying this clock. So, but I don't really regret it because I'm proud of my 15 clocks. And yes, I wish I had the Moshi back and a few other clocks back, but that is the least of my problems right now. So thank you guys for listening. And the one recommendation I want you guys to do is set your countdown timers for an hour at a time and try it again for 30 minutes. See what your battery status is at, and then see what it is again, because this thing might charge in less than 2.5 hours. But I think on the first charge, what you might want to do is you might want to plug this bad boy in and do everything while it's charging. Set it up, get on your account, get your stuff connected, get your Bluetooth connected, and you guys should be good to go. That's all I gotta say, because I've always done that because you only get a certain amount of charge on it as it already is. It does not come fully charged. It shouldn't, from what I heard, but you never know. You can't, say, hey, I want you to charge to 50%. Give them at least 50%, you get everything set up, and then they got to plug it in. So I say what you should do, you could do that one or two ways. The other thing I think you should do is check how much battery status is on it and use part of that battery to set it up, and then go ahead and charge it up. Charge it up good. Grab grab whatever book you're going to listen to and just start listening away. Thank you for listening, and have a great one.